right, so reporters Gary Marx and David Jackson, you did a very interesting story in today's paper about the childhood abductions and looking at some of these numbers. One of the things that struck me in the page one doping was talking about how it is that you compare between different law enforcement agencies, and also vetting these stories to make sure that they look like numbers that you can trust. David, you want to talk a little bit about what you found and what you were looking at?
Sure. We looked at attempted child abductions by a stranger, both in Chicago, the city, and in the suburbs since 2008. We used really a set of methods to do the data gathering. In Chicago, we did a mining or a scrape of police computer records. In the suburbs, we had to go to each police department and using public records laws, we had to request from them the underlying paper reports. We gathered box loads of those.
And Gary, the data is not the story necessarily. So one of the things that struck me was the amount of steps that you were taking to do, in general, some of the vetting to make sure that you knew what it was that you were looking at. You want to talk a little bit about some of those things?
Yeah, I mean, once you get the original data, then you have to go out and sort of fill out the stories. You have to find out whether or not they're bona fide. So we would go to the courthouses and we'd look through court files. We would interview the victims. We'd try to interview the suspects and sometimes the people who were convicted in many of the cases to try to figure out, what were the circumstances behind the attempted child abductions, what were the victims like, how were their experiences. So it really combined a combination of sort of mining data with traditional sort of gumshoe reporting.
So David, as you did this work, or maybe either of you, was there anything as you did this research that struck you as particularly interesting or a surprising thing that popped up in the reporting?
This whole field was really fascinating to us, and there were a lot of eye-opening moments as we did the news gathering. We found, for example, that most of these perpetrators don't stray far at all from their homes before selecting a victim. Most of them are within 2 miles of their homes. But I think the toughest sort of nut to crack that way was we found a very low arrest rate on these cases, and Gary and I really spent a lot of time scratching our heads and saying, are we doing something wrong here? And going back to police sources and going back through the records again and again and again to make sure that was right.
When you say, are you understanding the numbers correctly? Was the arrest rate really that low?
Yeah, the arrest rate was really about 5% for these cases, so much lower than many similar crimes.
Okay, you guys have a couple stories coming out. Looking forward to them. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
you.